Today, let's rub our palms and get ourselves centered. Tune in, make your little plans, love yourself up, press your palms together, bring them to your heart, close your eyes and breathe. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Relax. Dissolve. Relax. Like tell yourself, I'm safe. I'm safe. You can relax. Just get into your heart. Feel the flow of what are you taking in and what are you giving out. Connect to the beautiful sun, a beautiful symbol of life, of light, unconditional love, of radiant health. You're going to use your breath to draw that sunlight into the body. As you inhale, draw the light of the sun into the heart. Hold the sunlight in your heart center. See it and feel it expand through your whole being, dissolve, merge with the light. And as you exhale, send that light through the crown of your head, clear out your space, make it big. Inhaling the light of the sun directly into the heart. Hold the breath, the light at the heart center, expand it some more. Feel your vastness and exhale through the crown fountain of light. One more time, inhaling the light of the sun directly into the heart. Hold the breath, the light at the heart center. Expand, radiate, glow. Feel it, relax. Exhale through the crown fountain. Return to an easy breath. Just stay with your heart. Inhale and hold the breath. Rub your palms, get some heat, some friction, some light, some energy. Bring it up, 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 up. Cup the palms in front of your eyes and exhale. Inhale, hold. Nourish yourself from your palms to your eyes. And as you exhale, float the palms down, flutter the eyes open. Already better, right? Already better. We feel good because we have all these beautiful tools. And just check in. Hi, everybody. I love to see you guys. Let's see what I'm going to ramble about today. I have a few things. I'm just here. I'm here with some reminders, as usual. Some reminders, but some reminders of the truth as I know it, as I've experienced it. You know, for you, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay too. That's okay too. What's been coming through a lot is levels of consciousness. I don't know what is happening. Something just happened on my computer. It took me off. My whole screen just went blank. That's really interesting. When I'm talking about levels of consciousness, and you know what I was going to say? It's like states of being. States of being is levels of consciousness, right? That was so weird. Because you have to think about, as you're expanding your awareness, and your level of consciousness, it's showing me like floors of a building, right? You don't say one floor is better than the other. I mean, you might like the top floors, but why do you like the top floors? Because you have a view. You have a better view, right? A more comprehensive view, a little bit more of an overview of what's going on. And when you're on the lower floors, you really only see what you can see from those floors, what's beneath you. So, you know, sometimes when you are expanding your consciousness and you have different views, different viewpoints, different vistas, you can see a lot more. And sometimes maybe you didn't realize that you could see more stuff. And what you also don't realize is that people in different levels of consciousness or different states of consciousness or different states of being don't see the same views. And do you get mad at that? Because someone's on the 3rd floor and you're on the 10th floor? Are you mad at them because they're on the 3rd floor? No, that's where they live. Okay. And if you have a more expanded level of consciousness, or you see more things, or you think you see more things, because the other thing I want to say is you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And just remember, you don't know a lot. We don't even know how this is operating. This place is weird. I know I say it every time, but really think about what I'm saying. We really don't know how this is actually operating. And why? Like, what is this place? It's weird. It's a lot of suffering. It's a lot of suffering here. A lot of weird shit going on. And it's like, why? Like, why? You know, like that's the more interesting question to me. Why am I having this experience? Why did I come here? You know? Why am I focusing on this reality? Why is this the only reality really that I'm majorly focused on? I have access to other realities. I have seen and been and done other things as a multidimensional being that we all are. Yes, I have. However, I seem to be focusing here. So what's that about? What's that about? You know, because this place is kind of rough. This place is kind of rough, you know? So the conclusion, that you know I've come to, and I spoke about it last time, and I probably spoke about it before, and I speak about it every day, is that we're doing this to wake up. Wakey, wakey, everyone. There's one cause. There's one cause. You're one. There's no judgment. What are you doing? What are you doing judging people still? Or trying to tell people what to do? You know, like, we're here to wake up to who we are. All of this is set up so that it's uncomfortable enough that you're forced to look for your power. You're forced to go within. You have nowhere to go. You have nowhere to go. Or, I mean, you keep trying, but like it's spinning your wheels. You're spinning your wheels a lot. It's a lot of waste of your energy. You can tell it's a lot of waste of your resources, your creative, power, your creative force. You know, we're kind of like tricking it off a lot out in a lot of weird places that seems to be just like back and forth because, and you know why? Because you didn't trace it back to the cause. Like, I'm out there doing all this, but I have a story. I do have a story about all this. If I did not have the foundation for this, like I've always said, it could not show up. So that's why I'm saying to always trace it back to you, to keep coming back to you, to keep coming back to you, because out there, like, it's just matter to matter. It is. It's just tit for tat, tit for tat. It doesn't really resolve. And that starts to get frustrating. You get tired, you get, victim-y, like whatever. It doesn't feel good. So I'm saying what feels better is worry about yourself, focus on yourself, and coming back to yourself, because, and then like I'm saying too, really asking yourself, what world do I want to live in? These are the questions, like, what world am I living in? What world do I want to participate in? And what do I want? Like, what do I want? What do I want? Really, really, really. And like, think about it. Most of us, or anyone you ask, would probably say close to the same things. You want peace, or you want happiness, or whatever. Now, why does that somehow equate that someone out there has to do something that you say they have to do so that you can be happy? Like, it doesn't make sense. And even if that were the case, if you think someone out there has to do something for you or not for you, or do something else so that you feel better, or your world is better, or you feel happier, then you know where to go to do that. Not out there convincing them with a bunch of stuff. You got to do it at the cause, which is you, which is your mind, and your emotions, is the causal realm, the invisible, makes things visible. You don't try to mess around already with what's already visible. It doesn't really work, doesn't last. So there's a lot of energy of, like I was saying today, this manipulation or judgment or guilt or shaming and coercion. You need to trade something off for something else. Ooh, who likes that? In order for you to be free in this world, you have to do something to gain your freedom. That's not true. That's false. That is a false premise. And what I'm saying is, if you want to participate in that world, like I've said before, a long time ago, you have to live in that world then. And you don't like it. I'm telling you, you don't like it. You do not like it. This is old paradigm, old model, where you have to earn yourself. You're not good enough. You're not good enough as you are. You're not good enough as you are. You're not an intelligent, autonomous, sovereign being. You must earn your goodness or earn your freedom or earn from somebody out there who has a power over you. Really? I mean, don't do it. I mean, if you choose to do something, you choose to do things because it feels good for you, not because you have to do. If you're saying, I don't care, make it right in your head. Make it right for yourself in your head. Never, I have to do this, or we have to do this because this. Don't set yourself up like that in the world. Do what you want. Hear me, please. That's all I'm saying. Just take it in, just sit with it and ponder it so that you can, no matter what you do, you can change. We all have the capacity to make the meaning. You make the meaning. I am doing whatever you're doing, and I've said it so many times before, and I don't know what has gone a little funny with a lot of people. Fear, tired, all this stuff. They're over it, like all this. Some savior coming to save the day. There's no one coming to save you. There's nothing and no one coming to save you. You save yourself. You save yourself. So if you make a choice, make the choice for you. Do it for you, out of your power. This is what I choose to do for me. And don't worry about anyone else. Don't worry about anyone else, because I'm telling you, you don't want to set yourself up in a world like that. That is the old pair. That thing, even if you do, it's crumbling. It's going. It cannot withstand. It cannot uphold people who are in their power. It can't. So I don't know how long, I don't know any of that stuff, but I just know, that's like old stuff. Any conditional setup that's going on, that's like when you grew up, if you're a good girl, you can get a treat. No, we don't like that. We don't like it. We just are conditioned. We're just programmed. So it feels familiar, it feels familiar. And again, I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I never am saying what's right or wrong, because I don't know what your life experience is. I don't know why you're choosing to do the things you're doing for your own autonomous and sovereign experience of your reality. I'm just saying I thrive and everyone around me thrives. I see you thriving, whatever you choose to do. I see you thriving. And what I'm inviting all of us to do is, regardless of your choices, do the same. It's for your benefit. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. And really think about, how am I contributing to the world I say I want? And just because it's familiar and I don't see another way, because it's always been like this and this is how it is, just because we kind of see that, that's no reason to still go along with it in your mind. Fix it in your mind that, all systems are set up to serve all people. We all have an opportunity to thrive and grow and have our own experience. We're going to be united in health and in harmony, uplifting. And there's no trade-off necessary. You don't have to trade anything off. Everyone can have their own experience. And, if we're going again, you can You can understand what I'm saying or not, depending on your level of consciousness, but I think you do understand. What I'm saying is that there is no right or wrong. There really isn't. And that's again programming. That's again a program. So there's a lot of energy of that. Oh, I know where I was going. Divide and conquer is the oldest trick in the book. It is the oldest trick in the book to think you're separate, and that there's something here that's better than another thing. And certain people who are this way or look this way or have this thing, like, come on, it doesn't ring any bells. It doesn't ring any bells. Let's not do this again. Let's say no. We're not going to do that again. We're not going to separate based on anything. Doesn't mean you got to be everybody's best friend. It just means that if you are honoring your own life experience and you know that you are the operant power of your life experience, then you wouldn't worry about what the other is doing. And if you wanted others, like I said, to do whatever it is you think that others should do, you know where to go to do it. That's what I'm saying. You see it, you create it in your mind. Just do what you got to do. But I'm saying, please, please, please do not contribute. Do whatever you want, but please, please hear me. Do not contribute to that energy in the world, in your world. If you really are upset about something or you want something a certain way, I'm telling you, you know where to do it. Go sit and close your eyes, feel it as real. That's the only way. But if you haven't done that, then you're going out there and you're going like this with someone, or you're trying to convince, or you're trying to guilt a little bit, or you're trying to shame someone, or you're trying to manipulate or whatever in a certain kind of energy. Think about what I always say. What are you informing the system with? Like, how are you informing the system? Because that comes back, and we don't always, like I've been saying, connect the dots. We don't always connect the dots, and that's why I'm kind of like pleading it a little bit and saying, you don't want to live in that world. You really don't. You really don't. So just be mindful of yourself, your own thoughts, your own judgments, your own perceptions. Be open to not knowing anything. Be open to, remember, I'm willing to upgrade my model of understanding. What the hell am I doing here? What's my purpose? I don't know what your purpose is. My purpose is to wake up and remember, fully remember that I am the operant power and have control over my experience like a lucid dream. I suggest, it's a good suggestion to try that. Think about that, might be nice. And so as well, if this is my feedback loop, would I be okay with that coming back to me? And like, and it doesn't even have to be on the same, because they're like, yeah, I would be fine with that because that's what I want and whatever. Okay, but I'm saying it's a frequency, it's an energy. It's just like a bandwidth across the whole thing. So it's not just in one area. That's what I'm saying. You think it's just that, but that thing opens up the whole thing. So if you don't want to be told what to do somewhere else, don't tell people what to do in one place, because you're going to get it in another place and you don't like it. That's what I'm saying. And you're going to keep witnessing it till you wake up and realize, oh, right, right. That's me, That's why, again, I'm going to say it again. That's why your safest place, okay, if we're going to talk about, because we don't feel safe, it's true. And then like we come in with this less than, and we come in with this, it's not safe to be fully who we are. Then we have to trade off some of the things that we maybe believe in or don't believe in to try and like fit in or get some, I don't know, be okay for the world or whatever. And it's just a big mess. It gets a little soupy messy. And then we kind of forget that we have all the power. We're holding all the cards. And that's why I'm saying the safest place. So if you're saying about feeling safe, because again, this is now a theme of a certain amount of time in our lives where there's been a lot of fear, and a lot of division and a lot of like separateness. That's the thing, to keep you feeling isolated, like not connected to the whole, when that again starts to create a weird condition within us of anxiety and all these things, which is a natural reaction. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's never anything wrong with you. Never anything wrong with you. When you trace it back and say, oh, I just was a little unconscious and this is a natural reaction to that. Like I have people coming to me, like young people, like teens, anxiety. And I'm like, of course you're anxious. Look what's going on. That's a natural reaction. So you're perfect. You're working perfectly. Your system's working perfectly. It's telling you, alert, alert, something is weird here. Something's going on that is not the truth. We just don't judge it properly. We think something's wrong with us and we should be able to do it better or whatever. You're doing it perfectly. You just don't know how to trace it back and then get control and of yourself, of your own emotions and your mind, and know what to do to switch it so that you be, oh, thank you for trying to keep me safe again. Thank you for paying attention, tuning into that there's something off here. Like this doesn't connect, this doesn't resonate in some kind of way because it's not true. Because it's not true. I actually do have the power to create my experience, and I just have to learn how to do that. That's all. So again, thinking about that anxiety or those fears is because you don't feel safe. So if we can calm ourselves, that's why the breath, that's why meditation, that's why something. You have to do something to kind of break the pattern. It's really easy to fall, and not just fall, but like a habitual kind of practice state of being. And then all of this, we're not separate from the one mind. It's a lot of fear. It's a lot of anger. It's a lot of stuff. So we're influenced, we're affected by that too. So you're going to have those reactions or those feelings. You might not even know where it's coming from. That's why it's important, like I've been saying, awareness, and to have a practice so that you can give yourself a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of a leeway, and then start to put in there what you actually want. Start to pay attention. What do I want? And then start to cultivate that so you don't feel safe. So then thinking about that, starting to, what would it take? What would it take? And that's why I'm saying, I know what I was talking about. The safest place is love, true love, real, true love for yourself. Because if you were so filled up with love, forgive everything, so filled up with love, you really wouldn't worry about the other. You really wouldn't. And what they were doing. You would have compassion and love. You might not like it, like we're human, I know, and we have all these states of being and all these different experiences and all these different hooks, in different things that can kind of like remind us again to be on alert, or something happened, or our stories or whatever. But if you practice yourself, if you have a practice of love, or of being love, of choosing love, of looking for love, of all of that, then again, like if someone is saying something or doing something, or even saying something to you, and I'll have people say like, that was disrespectful, or they were being disrespectful to me or whatever. And I'm like, well, if you really have so much love and respect for yourself and it's overflowing, with compassion, you can see that they're just in a state. They're in a state. So if someone doesn't have love and compassion and respect for themselves, how are you expecting them to have it for you? Really and truly. Observe them. Observe them. How do they talk? How do they act? What are they doing? What's the experiences in their lives? And then you can see what level of consciousness, not as a judgment, what level are they on the building? What's their viewpoint? And then, you have forgiveness and compassion for that. And like I was saying, you don't have to talk to them all the time. You don't have to be their best friend. You don't have to talk to them at all. But in your mind, you're going to just uplift them, like hear them telling a different story, or hear yourself telling someone else about them. They're doing so well, and drop it. Like, just drop it. Why do we try to fill up our time, our mind, our precious mental activity with other people's stuff? Unless we're doing an experiment and practicing and trying to change the story and tell a better story or uplift them or something like that. That's the only thing I would say, like, to fill up your time with. You know, we fill up our time with a lot of a lot of BS, a lot of BS, like other people's stuff, stories about other people, you know, whatever, and or like entertainment, like some show or some series that people are watching. And I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's fine if that's what makes you feel good in some kind of way, I guess. But really just be aware, like, what are you watching? What are you consuming? And is that contributing to the world that you say that you want, or is it programming you into the world that you already have? Which I'm saying it's usually the latter. So you might wanna try the truth. You might want to try the truth. Like I'm always saying, fill yourself up with the truth. Find something that resonates with you. If you're bored, yeah, that's weird. It's weird to me when people are bored. There's a lot of stuff it's boring to find your own power, to create your experience, to give it a shot, to close your eyes and go in your imagination and create a scene, or, something real simple, like even that you could witness that very same day, hear someone saying something to you from in your household or whatever, see a message from somebody. Like, you could occupy your time, don't have to be bored. Like, if you feel bored or if you feel restless, frickin' get into your power. Like, it's like, I don't know. Or we're looking for something to do, now there's nothing, we don't have anything to do, but like, you got a lot of stuff you can do. It's like, we want to look all out here for the shiny whatever stuff instead of going in here for this stuff. And like, this is what you came here for, honestly. You came here to be able to master this world of senses and go into your inner senses and create from there. So just think about it. Just think about a few things, and I'm saying the safest place is love. And why do you forget? Ask yourself, why do I forget that? Why am I forgetting that? You would feel, if you feel bad, if you feel anxious or whatever, first of all, nothing is wrong with me. This is my body's, my intelligent beings, my intelligent nervous system's normal reaction to perceived threat or perceived stress or something that doesn't quite land as aligned or truth, right? Acknowledge it. Then it's like, okay, like I forgot I'm the operant power. What can I do? What are some things that I could do? I could breathe. I could write. I could go for a walk in nature. I could write it down. What is the thing that's bothering me? What do I think is true that is obviously not true if I'm feeling this way? Because if it's true, you don't feel like that. If it's the truth, you should remember this, because we're not programmed this way. If it's the truth, it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, it's not the truth. And you just have to find out why it's a lie to you, like where it doesn't align, where it's the falsehood for you. You have to figure it out. So you could write it down and you could flip it. You know what I mean? I'm thinking this. Oh, that feels really bad, makes me feel anxious. What is the actual truth? And then find it. And again, state of being, like the hardest thing that in all of the wisdom and all of the teachings say for man to do is to let go of that old self. That is the hardest thing for a man to do, for man, woman, man to do. Let go of the old self and fully become the new self. Because again, there's always that one foot over there that's trying to keep you safe. And again, not be disappointed or whatever that is, whatever that protective mechanism is. Like I was saying the other day, like pumping your brakes. It's fine to pump the brakes and check out what's going on, but also it's like you're doing it to mitigate disappointment or fear or whatever, and you're just guaranteeing that you're going to have disappointment and you're going to have more of that because you're trying to manage for it. And it would, if you really would fully just go for it, like just go for it and go fully all in, you would see that you don't have to worry about that. You actually don't have to worry about it, because if there were something that was coming up that was out of alignment, you would know, and you would know what to do. You don't have to plan for that part. Like that's faulty programming. You don't have to plan for that. Everything that you need is within you. Everything that you need is within you. If you ascribe some power to something outside of you, that's you giving it power, not catching it. That's you giving it power. And that's fine. Your law of assumption will work. Your law of assumption works for you, but your law of assumption doesn't necessarily work for other people. It's your law of assumption. Don't try to convince them of your assumption. That's yours. That's for you. Do you. Just focus on you. It's the best thing you can do. And if you want to focus on other people, you know where to focus on them inside of you. Inside of you. And then this is the most powerful part, is if you're really aligned and you're doing that, like I've said so many times before, you will get something, like something will come across your path. Like you will see that what you've been doing is shifting something. The person will come and say something or ask you a little question or whatever it is. And then you're like, oh, I see it. It's been working, it's been working. So really, like, that's what I'm asking us all to stop wasting your energy on others in that way, in like a physical action word, that kind of a way. Call back all your power, do your work. Because I'm telling you, if you really caught it and then did that work, it wouldn't take you long. You would start to see, you'd get a little, like, you say breadcrumbs, or you'd get a little some sign that, like, okay, something shifted or something happened. You would, if you really did it. But it's because we're also not trusting that, and we're out here doing all these little funny dunny things over here, actions, words, judgments, guilting, manipulate, it's subtle. I'm not saying you're a manipulator or you're whatever. It's not like you're an asshole. I'm just saying we do it in subtle ways because we're trying to take an action or make someone else take an action so that we feel safe. And that doesn't work. You're never going to be safe enough. It doesn't work. The safety comes from within you and your love of yourself. If you love yourself that much, you do not worry about anything else. I'm telling you. And last thing, like I've been saying, this is information in and information out. It's like a constant wave, like a constant feedback loop, right? So if you really knew that every thought I think, every feeling I have, every focus, every intention is how I'm informing my world to, become whatever it is, to play out, like, would you really do it? Like, would you continue with that train of thought or, that intention or that desire? Like, I had a really direct experience once, very, very profound and direct experience that I saw the I don't even know. Well, it's called something. I didn't know it was called something when I was in the experience in the brain chamber. I had a very profound experience. And it was a long story, but the short story of it is that I was in a place, I don't know, dimension, I have no idea, with like infinite spheres or these globes that, when, like a magic mirror, when you looked in it, you could see infinitely, reflected, the reflection of everything in one sphere, but there were infinite of those spheres with infinite reflections within them, connected by these blue things. It was interesting, it was cool. Everywhere. And I knew, like, instantly when I got to when I all of a sudden was in this place, that everything I was thinking was going in that sphere and all the spheres and through all the dimensions and through all the realities. And it was such a visceral feeling, like a very real, like I knew it was the truth. And so in that moment when I felt that everything I'm thinking is going in there and going out into everything and everything, I had the automatic reaction switch to unconditional love because I didn't even know what I was thinking in that moment. Like I didn't even know what I was thinking. So my first reaction was change to unconditional love, unconditional love, unconditional love. I was like, that's all I want to inform the system with is unconditional love. So I sat there in unconditional love, and I knew that's what I want. That was what I wanted. What else would I want to inform this system with but love? Like we got a bunch of stuff going on. So that's why I'm saying by a very direct experience and then many experiences afterwards, that is always the best choice. Obviously, like, is that not obvious? Like Captain Obvious, choose love, and not just as a flowery thing to say, like as an actual choice and practice. You have to practice the discipline. I know that every thought, every feeling, every word is going and informing everything. And is this the contribution I want to make for myself and for the glory of all that is? If I am God experiencing itself as the sun, this is how I want to represent the big guy, or whatever that is, the whole of consciousness, the whole of everything. This is how I want to represent it. What in the actual? For a while, it's fun. You're going to have all the different experiences. But then once it's like, for the glory of all that is, I'm going to inform it. I think I'm just going to inform it with love. And then let's see what happens from there. Good stuff's going to happen. Good stuff's going to happen. How could you go wrong with love? That's what you need to ask yourself. How could I go wrong with love? Really, real love. But you can't have that unless you have it for yourself. You have to remember that, have it for yourself. How could you not have it for yourself if you know who you really are? If you know who you really are, that's an insult. I am everything. I'm not that great. I'm a little old. I'm a little fat. I'm a little stupid. I'm a little what? Like really, come on, laugh at yourself. That's ridiculous. You're allowed, there's all the states of consciousness. You go through all the states, you're having a little journey. But once you know a little better, like what in the heck are you doing? What are you doing when you know who you are? And you're going to claim a bunch of BS for the glory of all that is. This is my contribution. No. I'm going to tell somebody what to do, or I'm going to be told what to do. No, absolutely not. Not on my watch. Yeah, that, of course, that's where I turn to in my Neville book, my big book. Yeah, this was good. Okay, just a little one. The most difficult thing for man to really grasp is this, that the I amness in himself is God. It is his true being or father state, the only state that he can be sure of. The Son, his conception of himself, is an illusion. Yikes. He always knows that he is, but that which he is an illusion created by himself, the Father, in an attempt at self-definition. This discovery reveals that all that I have believed God to be, I am. Everything you believe outside of you as some God, that is you. I am is God. I am the resurrection and the life is a statement of fact concerning my consciousness, for my consciousness resurrects or makes visibly alive that which I am conscious of being. Yeah, there's a lot here. So now that you have discovered your I am, your consciousness to be God, do not claim anything to be true of yourself that you would not claim to be true of God. For in defining yourself, you are defining God. That which you are conscious of being is that which you have named God. God and man are one, you and your Father are one. Your unconditioned consciousness, or I am, and that which you are conscious of being is one. The conceiver and the conception are one. That's what I'm saying. You know? Who do you say that you are? Who are you being? And make it good and make it love. Please. That's easiest. That's the easiest. You don't really got to worry about it. Just remember, is this loving? Is this loving to me and to the other? And if the answer is no, fix it. Just fix it. Okay. Let's just do something very little and we will expand ourselves. We'll do our more and see just a little bit to get ourselves a little into that state of being and soothe yourself. Like remember to soothe yourself. You have all these breaths, you have different things. You could put on a frequency of music and listen to it, a meditation. You have so many things, but just remember, don't get stuck in the state. Don't get stuck in a state. Find the love and do something to shift yourself out. Okay. Looking straight ahead. Inhale deep into the chest and hold the breath. Now think about what you're doing. Expanding your container. Dissolve a little bit more. Inhale. A little bit more. Soften, expand more. A little bit more. A little bit more. You can do it. Smile. One more. Now hold it. Now squeeze your root lock. Squeeze everything up through the center into your brain. Squeeze. And exhale gracefully. Relax. Feel that relief. Inhale deep into your chest. Hold the breath. Inhale a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. More light. More love. More freedom. More bliss. You can do it. One more. Hold it. Squeeze it up. Squeeze it up. Squeeze it up. Hold. And exhale gracefully. Relax. One more time. Inhale deep. Hold the breath. Inhale a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. You can do it. Soften more. Open your heart more. Expand your container more. One more. One more. Now hold it. Now squeeze it up. Squeeze it up tight. The more you squeeze, the more you smile. Hold. Go into the container. Strong, radiant, bright, magnetic. And exhale gracefully. Close your eyes. See if you feel that relief, those waves of bliss. Your expanded self, your vastness, your limitlessness. Remind yourself who you are. It feels good. It feels good to remember who you are. If it doesn't feel good, it is not the truth. Bring your hands to healthy heart. Index fingers down. Middle and ring finger to the thumb. Let's do 4-4-4 to balance all the aspects of our world, of our life, of our experience. Inhaling for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold out for 4. I know you can't hear the music. You will in a second. Here we go. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 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 hold. Exhale, 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 hold it out. Inhale, 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 hold the breath on your own. Hold the breath. And exhale. Inhale, reach. Hold it. And shake. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Just bring your hands to index finger and middle finger pointing up at your heart. We're going to do Sitali. Just cooling yourself, soothing yourself like you're drinking in healing nectar through your tongue or through the sippy mouth. And then exhaling through the nose. Good. One more inhale through the mouth or tongue. Full tongue swallow. Exhale. Inhale, gather it up, sweep it up. Exhale through the mouth, press down. 2 more times. Inhale. Gather up all the love. Exhale, cover yourself with love. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands to prayer. Just tuning in. See how you feel. Check in with how you feel. What is your state of being? Who am I? What do I want? Who am I being? Just be grateful for your awareness, grateful for your life, grateful for this experience, grateful for your power. Just aligning all of your thoughts and feelings and words and actions and attitudes and behavior, aligning everything in the truth, in who you say that you are, uplifting yourself and others, always in your mind with your inner speech and with your words. Covering yourself with the blankets of love, peace, and light. Inhale to begin. Love before me, love behind me, love at my left, love at my right, love above me, love below me, love in me, love in my surroundings, love to all, love to the universe. Inhale, peace before me, peace behind me, peace at my left, peace at my right, peace above me, peace below me, peace in me, peace in my surroundings, peace to all, peace to the universe. Inhale, light before me, light behind me, light at my left, light at my right, light above me, light below me, light in me, light in my surroundings, light to all, light to the universe. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you guys for joining me, for being here. If you haven't checked